Hello, Stamper. Well, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today, it's a little bit create on a dime. Really, it's using specialty paper, or it can be any paper when it comes to layering, but like specialty paper, designer series paper, it's a little bit more expensive than the regular paper. And I'm going to share with you how you can use that paper and save a buck or two. So first, let me get started by most of the specialty paper that we get with Stamping Up, it's 12 by 12. So if you cut, let's say for a layer, it would be like the back layer, or you can see all my reflection here. It's hard to do a foil paper on the camera. It would be like the full front of a card. It would be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Well, 12. If you divide that by 4 1/4, really you get 4 1/4. Then it go at 8 1/2. It leaves you with 3 1/2. So to get 6 layer with this, because I want the full layer for this card, I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/2. And why 4 by 5 1/2? It's because I can get 6 pieces then if I go at 4 and then back at 4. And then we're going to cut this at 5 1/2. So we barely get some waste, right? Very little, and we can use that on another project. Now, because this is a layer, I'm going to share what we can do to save even more. So then I get 4 here, and that would be 5 and 6. So this way, I get 3 little pieces, 4 by 1, I think. Yeah, 4 by 1 that I can use on another project. And I got all my layers here. I got 6 pieces of layer, 4 by 5 1/2. Now you may think, well, 4 by 5 1/2, it's not the card front. Usually it's, the card front, it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So here's the trick. We're going to go at 5 1/2. We're going to score this. I want it on the long way, okay? And then, you know what? That's very, very light. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit so I'm not blinding you here. So let me see this here. Here we go. So I think you can see a little bit better over here than when it was so bright. So now we're gonna, okay, we scored that at 5 1/2. We're gonna cut it at 4 instead of 4 1/4, because usually you would cut that at 4 1/4 right in the center and they give you 2 cards. Well, now we cut it at 4 inch. Okay. So we got this strip. We can save that for another or banner or whatever. Here we go. Now, let me show you the difference between those two sides. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, if I go my layers, see this one here, it's going to be covered the whole thing because that's what I wanted, okay? Now, if I go this one, I got my surrounding of my card around there. Well, I didn't want that surrounding. I wanted the gold. I wanted more popping. So here, if I would do this way, then I would cut my layer at 5 1/4, and then this would be at 5. But I don't want for this card. I want the full card like this. See? I want the gold all around. I didn't want no white. I didn't want another color. I wanted all this color. So now another And you know, it's still going to fit perfectly in an envelope. The only thing, it won't be as wide, but see, it's the same length, and you put it in. You see, it's just a little bit there. Nobody going to notice that really. We're going to measure the card when they get it, right? Okay, before we assemble, then to get it more economic or save some money, you can cut any shape as long as you get your surrounding that you need. Like here, I cut the scallop frame from Scallop and Contour, so I can use this on another project. Now, for the one I'm doing some congratulation card for my team for the end of the year, Stamping Up here. Here I got the Celebrate and those two. So when I put the blue on the top, and this one it's reverse. So you see you can do different one. Now this one I use the metal. It's yeah, it's just called metal. This for another project, because when you're going to put your cards, see, nobody knows. Nobody knows. It's a song about that. And again, boom, it's awesome, right? So now let me share another tip while we talk about creating on a dime. So I like to do faux bow. Many of you know my faux bow. So a faux bow, and this one is very long. Because see, if I would try to do this, I cannot tie it. See, I just cannot tie it. It is just so, here we go. Let's try a little bit more. It's so hard to video with those foil. So see, so I do about 8 inch for this width. Now what I do around my finger, and I do a double knot. So one and then two. And that gonna save me a lot, because you would have to do even just a knot or a bow, you would have to do double of what I'm having here. So now I'm gonna glue this in the back, and I'm gonna put it this way. Put that right here. When I put ribbon like this, I always I call it double secure there, so then it won't move. Now on your paper that we did our layer there, when it comes to foil too, if you don't want, sometimes we get the line depending on our plates. Another tip that I can give you, it's use a copy paper, a fine copy paper to put on. So you're going to put your die, and then before you put your clear plate, let me show you while we're at it. So this would be here. You would have, let's say, your die. I'm just going to pretend here. Let's say you get your die there. Then you're going to use, I would cut it the size of this. It's 6 by 8, I think. So I would cut a piece there, put it at the top, and then your clear plate at the top. This is going to stop a lot of, sometimes you see the line of your plate, even if you get new plate. This one is pretty good. I noticed the one under here, I had, see, a little bits and pieces. So that's how you can stop those lines, okay? Let me remove this. Now back to, here it is. Now to glue exactly, and I mean exactly, a full layer, so no border, it's a little bit more tricky, because if you bring your card to your thing and you're off a little bit, you cannot move it. So in this case, I strongly recommend the liquid glue. So the liquid glue, what's going to happen, it's going to give you the chance to move your paper before it's completely dry. If you use seal or any type of tape runner, when it bond, right? I'm going to flip this. And then I like to put it straight up, down, move it on the side, pull it here, et voila, and then backwards and rub. That's the easiest way that I can tell you how to. That's not better. I'm having a tough time today with my lights. With the layers. See, now I'm going to put my celebrate and so on. But now I want to show you why I did like this was those card with the gold in the back. And I thought, that would look pretty good. I still didn't, I thought the white around was a distraction. I wanted all the gold. And I thought, I won't have enough paper for how many cards I needed. And then the light went on, and I said, hey, it's easy to shrink that at 4. All the rest is the same size, the length, 5.5. But when you put it in the envelope, really, you're going to know, right? So that is my tips to save a little bit of money when it comes to layering with designer series paper or specialty paper. Get the most out of your money. I hope this little tip going to help you down the road. Till next time, happy stamping, and see this card all finished. Right below on my, you get the link to go on my blog, and also you can order the product that I use right there. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up. Also, you can subscribe right below. Thank you so much. Till next time, happy stamping, my